Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rayron. We've got another icy take, and today the new Book of Boba Fett trailer came out. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the trailer. I'll give you guys my initial thoughts, and then we'll discuss it a little bit, and we'll go from there. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Book of Boba Fett. Interesting. Not a bounty hunter. Hmm. It's a small chair for Jabba the Hutt. Just saying. Hmm. Hmm. Why would you take your helmet off? Hmm. Interesting. Alright, so that was the trailer for the Book of Boba Fett. So I'm experimenting with kind of this overlay a little bit, trying a few new techniques. But that is the initial trailer for the Book of Boba Fett. So like I tweeted out this morning, it's like when I saw this initial trailer, two things kind of came through my mind. My heart says, yes, we get more Star Wars. This is Boba Fett. We're finally going to see his storyline a little bit. And, I was excited. I was giddy. But then the brain comes into play and just puts my heart into check. So there's a couple things that kind of, I don't know. The trailer overall is just, what's the point? That's kind of been the theme for this trailer. Why do I want to watch this? Okay, so we're building up the criminal world, but it's like when you think about the criminal world, it was 100% absent in episodes 7, 8, and 9. Because, all we saw was a very small, condensed world, and we just didn't know anything about it. Now, granted, there may be books and comics that explain it in between the movie and so forth. I really don't care because, to be honest, I'm more a fan of expanded universe. Always have been. And all this Disney stuff is just meh. So it's like, going through this trailer, why do I care? Why do I want to care? What's the point? I mean, this whole trailer feels like it comes out of episode 1 of this series. But so we start back on Tatooine, and then we get the wonderful member berries of the spider. The spider comes from, I think it was in episode 6. I'll have to rewatch Return of the Jedi to see if it's in there. But this is also from Mandalorian and also a little bit from the expanded universe as well. So it's like, okay, cool. There's some more member berries for you. Okay, cool. There's Boba Fett. Pee on his helmet. Okay, sure. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. We're back on Tatooine. Now we're going to unite the criminal underworld, essentially. The uh, the leftovers of basically Jabba the Hutt's clan and group of people and so forth. So it's probably going to be some wheeling and dealing, trying to gain power. But one thing that kind of irked me a little bit was that they definitely are going to retcon a little bit of Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is a bounty hunter. But now it feels like that he's actually going to be trying to be the leader of the criminal underworld. So it also feels like they're bringing in a little bit of the Darth Maul kind of storyline again. So it just feels like another rehash because, like, Darth Maul tried to do the same thing, try to unite the criminal underworld. And he kind of did with the Solo, the Star Wars story. But we all saw how that went. That kind of flopped pretty hardcore, and it's like it feels like they're bringing that element and storyline back in with Boba Fett. So they really want to have and try to build up that criminal underworld. And I understand that this is what George Lucas really wanted to do with 7, 8, and 9. So I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to try to do that with a book of Boba Fett. But it's going to be interesting to see how this dynamic is going to play with the New Republic that they've been trying to set up in The Mandalorian. I'm really curious to see how that interaction is going to be. But it's like, again, what's the point? It's just, okay, we've got basically a criminal leader that's going to be rising to power with Boba Fett, trying to unite all these other criminal underworlds and gain power. It's like, I don't know about that. And then obviously, what role is she going to play? I don't even remember her name, to be honest with you. Do I even care? Not really. How much of a role she's going to play in? Is she going to be the one that saves Boba Fett every time they go out on an adventure? And they've already made it out to be at the end of the trailer that she's going to be the right hand man, or I guess the slayer for Boba Fett. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm skeptical. This part really kind of ticked me off a little bit because it's like, this is Boba Fett out in the public and he's taking his helmet off. And I understand that these actors need face time. They need to portray themselves. They need to advertise themselves in these series. But the fact that he's taking off his helmet in open public grounds, knowing very well that he's probably got a bounty over his head because he's trying to be this leader of the criminal underworld on Tatooine. Again, assumption there from what they've given us. I'm assuming all of this is taking place on Tatooine. So it's just, it kind of, I don't know. It feels very out of character for Boba Fett to do this. So again, gonna be on Disney Plus. So again, more member berries, and then we got some more aliens here for the underworld, and then he's trying to gain some power here. Yeah, every galaxy, blah blah blah. Yeah, underworld, and this is the problem I have with the Book of Boba Fett. It's like, I'm really concerned what they're going to retcon from Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire, if you haven't read the book or played the N64 game, it really does a good job of developing the underworld criminal mentality. And it's like, I'm surprised we don't get like a miniseries of that, because then we get like Dash Rendar, and we get to span on Luke a little bit more. But again, I don't think Disney's going to ever go back to these well-established stories for copyright issues and royalty. That's what I'm trying to look for. Royalty that they're going to have to pay for all these stories that have already been established. That's why they're trying to create these independent stories on their own. So it's like, I'm really concerned about what this is going to do as far as the impact of that, because I loved Shadows of the Empire. And so we'll see how this goes. And again, I see this image, and it's like, everyone knows this is the Slave One. And it's like, my brain kept telling me, it's like, no, that's not the Slave One anymore. Disney retconned it to being the Fire Spray. Bullshit. It is the Slave One. And it's like, that, unfortunately, that ship, that Finosk, that just seeing that ship again, and just knowing the political BS behind it now really ruins it for me. And it's just so sad, because like, I want to be excited for this, but it's the Fire Spray now. It's like, no, it's supposed to be a Slave One. It's like, I see this and I just I don't know. It's like, what's the point, And then we go through some more jabbering. He loses his helmet, Boba Fett, which is, again, I don't want to say it's a memory buried towards Attack of the Clones. It could be, but we'll see, with money spilling out. Armed individuals with shields. Okay, fine. Again, it drives me kind of crazy that Boba Fett is fighting without his helmet. It's so weird to me. So we'll see what happens. But again, it just felt like that. What's the point? What's the point? Because it just feels like it's going to be, we kind of already know what the story is, and it's there needs to be something else. I don't want to be stuck on another planet. I'm kind of over being on Tatooine. Let's explore now. This is why I play Star Wars: The Old Republic, because I get to actually travel across the galaxy to see what Star Wars is actually like. I'm gonna feel very claustrophobic if we're stuck on Tatooine for all these episodes, and that's what it felt like with this trailer. There's no world building. It's just, okay, Boba Fett's riding the power on Tatooine. Okay, what's the point? What's the point? So, but that is my initial take on the Book of Boba Fett. I'm not really excited for this. I'm more afraid than anything else to see what they're going to retcon, what they're going to be doing with this, and it's like, what's the point? I hope they explain it, because right now they don't have me sold on it. So I don't know. We'll see. That's my icy take, guys. So that is the Book of Boba Fett, and I'll see you on the next one.